Everybody, Mitchell here from TheHockeyRefBook.com, and we're going to talk about the two official system positioning today. So when we're looking at the two official system positioning, we're at the bottom of that pyramid. And this pyramid, of course, shows us the different skills of a hockey referee, of a hockey official. You have positioning at the bottom. It is your foundational skill, and it allows you to build up into procedures and then also into game management with professional skills all the way around. Now, when we talk about positioning in the two official system, these are the skills that we're really talking about. We're talking about positioning at the blue line, we're talking about pursuit of play, and we're talking about end zone positioning. And if we can come to an understanding of those three skills by the end of this video, you'll be well positioned to move on to doing this on the ice. Now, as we go through this video, as I always do, I want you to try to imagine yourself also doing these things on the ice, because we know that if you can imagine yourself doing something, you're more likely to have success when you're actually doing it in real life. So don't just passively watch these figures move around these different diagrams I'm going to show you, but also imagine what this might feel like, look like, sound like when you're actually doing a hockey game. So I'm going to start with a center ice face-off in this video. This is more of a procedure, so it really does fit better in the procedures skills, but I need to start somewhere. I can't just throw you into positioning. We need to drop the puck on this presentation. When you take a look through this presentation, of course, you're going to notice that there's page numbers at the bottom. Those page numbers reference where you're going to find these skills in the book, How to Referee Hockey. It's not just about the rule book. So feel free to use those references in order to better educate yourself as you go through these different skills that you need in order to officiate a hockey game. So we can imagine that the puck's going to get dropped in this game. That's the path of the puck. Now, what happened here was the center person, won the face-off back to the defense person, who passed it up to the winger at the far blue line. Now, the general rule of thumb for which direction this official at the box is going to go wherever the first call has to be made. Now, one error that can quite quickly be made is this official decides they're going to go to this blue line because that's where the puck first went, but that's not right. We want this official to go to the place where the first call has to be made, which is going to be where that pass happens, because there's going to be some kind of an offside determination made right here. By going here, the official that dropped the puck can simply back up to the boards and then become the back official. So the play is now underway and we have to do a zone entry. So just imagine that this puck is carried into the zone. As it's carried in the zone, this official here is going to make a judgment of onside or offside. The puck will go into the zone, and this official here is going to go into the piston system. Now we're going to talk more about the piston system a little bit later. For now, just understand they go to end zone positioning. The back official just comes up to that line, 20 to 30 centimeters outside of that line, and they're now responsible for managing any offside calls that have to happen if this puck comes back out of the zone. So we now have both officials in position for the puck to be in the end zone. Now, the puck will stay in that end zone. You'll maintain those positions. The end zone official will use the different end zone positioning as they need to. But let's imagine that this puck now leaves the zone. And quite simply, as that puck leaves the zone, both officials move up the ice. This official here, 01, is going to leave their blue line and move back towards the far blue line, so that they'll be in a position to make a call there if they have to. 02 has left the end zone positioning and comes back to cover this blue line in case the puck comes back into the zone. Now, in this example, the puck comes back into the zone, so both officials are just going to go and resume their end zone positioning for the blue line and for the piston system. You'll see the deep official is now at the bottom of the circle because the puck's on the far side of the ice, and this official is at the blue line, 20 to 30 centimeters outside. So we've been able to cover our partner's blue line. This official here comes back outside, comes back to the blue line when the puck leaves, so that this partner can leave to the far blue line in order to make a call at that line. So here's the same circumstance. We have the end zone official is at the bottom of the circle. We have this official who's just outside the blue line. This time the puck comes all the way out on a breakout and it gets to the far side of that red line. Now, this time, the puck gets stuck in the neutral zone, and the players are battling for the puck in the neutral zone. 3 important points here. First of all, the officials are diagonal to each other at either blue line. They are not stopping inside the neutral zone. The reason they're not stopping inside the neutral zone is because you're just going to get in the way. And because you want to be on one blue line each so that you're both ready to make an offside call if the puck comes to your end zone. Finally, the third point is that head on a swivel. Now, when we think about over here, the play just came from this end and up the ice. There's going to be offensive and defensive players in this zone. So this official really needs to be aware of what's going on back here and maybe tell these players to hurry up and get up the ice. But their head needs to be on a swivel. They need to be aware of the blue line, any offside calls they have to make, but then they also have to be aware of players behind them. This official here, the main responsibility is not going to be to watch players behind the play. They're going to be ready at this blue line because the puck is quite close to this blue line to make an offside call. But they still want to be aware of everything going on the ice, so they need to have their head on a swivel as well. So, diagonal to each other at a blue line, you are not stopping in the neutral zone. You're ready to make a call at your blue line and your head's on a swivel. Now in this example, the puck is going to come into that zone and the officials will just simply take up their end zone positioning. 01 is now in the end zone positioning and 02 is now at the blue line positioning. So when we talk about the end zone official, the official that's deep in the zone, we're now going to talk about her end zone positioning. It has 3 main positions. This first one that you see for 01, right here, this is called half piston. She is at the bottom of the circle because the puck is on her far side of the ice from her. It's on the far side of the ice from her, over here somewhere. Half piston might also be used if the puck's really high in the slot as well. So it's kind of an L-shaped pattern like so. Now let's say that puck gets dumped onto the net. That official is going to go to an at the net position. Now, if the goalie covers up the puck, you're going to blow your whistle, you're going to stop play, you can talk to the players. But in this example, the puck bounces over to her side of the ice, so she just gets back over to home base, like that. So we have home base when the puck's on your side of the ice, at the net when the puck is at the net, in the crease, and half piston when the puck is at the far side of the ice from you. And when we move through that again, we just go in that same pattern. So that's your end zone positioning, your 3 main positions, but you can also go below the net. So when we go below the net, there's 2 main reasons to do that. The first reason is to get out of the way. So you've run out of options. You've tried everything else to get out of the way. You're in the way, and the only option is to go below the net. The second reason is you want to get a better view of a goal mouth scramble. And you just feel like you'd be better able to see something by going below the net. Now, the problem with going below the goal line is there's less options of movement. You get down below the goal line, you run out of room at the end wall. So your only real option is to move out from below the net, from below the goal line. So you don't have as many places to move to as if you were in the piston system. So we will use below the line to get out of the way or to get a better view, but then you want to get back to the piston system ASAP because it's a place for you to be, the piston system that is, that it gives you more options to move and stay out of the way. So that's the end zone positioning, home base, half piston at the net, and then below the net. Now let's talk about that blue line official. So I've removed our end zone official here so that there's less movement in this slide as the puck moves around, but this is the same example with the same puck movements. So there's 2 main things for the blue line official. First of all, you're 20 to 30 centimeters outside of that line. Second, you're square to the puck. So let's see what that means. So we can see right now, the puck is down in the corner here. This blue line official, their feet are pointed down towards that puck, down towards that corner. The puck goes to the net, and you can see what happened. Their feet just swiveled over to be square to that net. Puck bounces to the far side of the ice, and you see their feet just pivoted so that they continue to be over here facing that puck. Far side of the ice, it's all about where their feet are pointed. Back to the net, where their feet are pointed. Back to their side of the ice, where their feet are pointed. 20, 30 centimeters outside the line, square to the puck. Always square to that puck. So that's blue line positioning. So there's your positioning for when the puck's in the end zone. Blue line official is square to the puck, outside the blue line, home base, half piston at the net, below the net for the end zone official. And we're going to add one more skill for that end zone official. It's called the bump and pivot. So when we're talking about the bump and pivot, Appendix A and page 15 have really good explanations of how the bump and pivot will work. But in both cases, what we're going to be trying to do is, if the puck is coming towards us, we're going to move away from the puck, and then when we run out of room, we're going to bump off the boards to the play and then back to the boards. And it works similarly whether you are having the puck come from the corner to the blue line or from the blue line towards the corner. First example, puck comes from the blue line. You can see the puck is represented by these jagged arrows. As it moves up here, this official will bump up towards the hash marks. As the puck becomes the blue arrows, the official bumps off the boards, pivots, and gets back to the boards in order to stay out of the way. It works very similarly with the puck coming from the blue line all the way down to the corner, only this time the official is going to use the goal line as their place where they have to get off the boards and move back towards the play and then back to the boards. Main tips for this: commit, don't stop in the middle of the ice. Do it fast, so you're going to get through this very fast, which leads us through to number 3, attack the play. So it's not off the boards, let the play go behind you like that and then go back to the boards. It's off the boards, attack, back to the boards. You're always shooting to stay between the hash marks and the goal line. You don't want to get high in the zone. Excuse me. You don't want to get high in the zone, but you also don't want to get too low in the zone. And finally, always get back to that piston system. So if you do bump up and find yourself at these hash marks, don't stay at the hash marks, get back to home base. If you find yourself below the goal line because you went too far, get back to home base as soon as it's safe to do so. So that's the bump and pivot. So that's positioning in the two official system. We've talked about your end zone positioning, we've talked about your blue line positioning, and then we've also talked about pursuit of play up through the neutral zone when you're transitioning between zones. As always, know your job, do your job.